Hello everybody, this is Miles Luigi and welcome to Pre-Chapter 6 of the Paper Mario Alone Run. You might be wondering why Pre-Chapter 6, as all Mario has to do to enter Chapter 6 is collect every Bubble seed and give them to Min T to unlock Chapter 6. The reason is that a perfect storm of opportunities open up after Chapter 5. The first is that this is the earliest I can fight Kent C. Koopa, an optional boss battle, and the second and more important point is that the second damage dodge badges can be now bought at Rowf's badge shop. That second damage dodge badge gives Mario a greatly appreciated boost in defense of only 3 badge points, and it will certainly play a critical role in this playthrough and even this part immediately. Before I forget, let me mention my purchase of the second Power Plus as well from Merlot. At 25 star pieces, the badge isn't cheap. Matter of fact, even though I farmed Chuck Quizmo quizzes to purchase that badge, I was only 1 quiz away from maxing out the quizzes, and if that had happened, I would have to do Koopa chores. No thank you. Otherwise, the additional power from the second Power Plus will be needed this part and will be used throughout this playthrough. While I'm at Merlovely's house, I do pick up the Last Stand badge, a badge that could have been obtained as early as pre-Chapter 5. It cuts damage Mario takes in half, and due to the way the badge functions in the game's logic, it can be leveraged with damage dodge badges to turn Mario into a very sturdy iron wall. How does Last Stand and damage dodge turn Mario into an iron wall? Let's jump right into the reason with the final Master Battle. I had neglected the dojo until now because I was personally not interested in any of the Master Battles except the last one. The final Master is not a gimme fight, even if tackled at the end of the game at level 27. The final Master has 99 HP, 10 base attack power, 1 defense, and a very strong resistance to all status ailments. They can work, all of them can actually work but in most cases they'll only last for a single turn, best case 2 turns. There's 1 status ailment, the freeze status ailment, that won't last for 3 turns, but basically you can forget about status ailments fighting the final Master. They have such a poor chance of working, it's best not even to bother with them. Along with his 10 base attack power, the final Master has a double combo attack and a triple combo attack that will do 13 and 18 damage unguarded, respectively. The strategy I use against the final Master is quite specific, and it takes advantage to how the Last Stand badge functions in Paper Mario. The badge will drop damage in half when Mario is in danger. The key is when Last Stand's calculation happens in the game logic. First, the game counts for any defense Mario has. In this battle, Mario actually doesn't have any defense as I'm not wearing Defend Plus. But if I was, the Master's 10 damage attack will first drop the damage to 9, or any further if I had more defense. But I don't, so it'll do 10 damage. Next, let's assume Mario is in danger and is wearing Last Stand, so Last Stand badge will activate and divide the damage in 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Well, obviously 5 damage is still guaranteed KO because the most HP Mario can have and still be in danger is 5 HP. Mario would not survive that attack. But observant listeners will notice that I have not mentioned a guard or damage dodge badges yet, and that is because any guard is calculated after Last Stand's calculation, and that includes damage dodge badges. To follow the example from before, the 5 damage Mario would have taken before will only do 2 damage if guarded with both damage dodge badges, as the game will subtract the last 3 damage from 5 instead of 10. This greatly increases Mario's survivability while in danger. In this battle, I do one better by using Chill Out. This lowers the Master's attack power down to 7. Let's follow the math again. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. However, thanks to a neat quirk the Last Stand badge offers, the 3.5 damage actually gets rounded down to 3. A successful guard at 3 damage with the double damage dodge badge completely mitigates the entire attack, doing 0 damage. All added together, the Last Stand badge used properly with double damage dodge lets Mario survive very high damage attacks assuming the guard is used properly. Even though I used double Power Plus, Power Rush, and Power Bounce for the battle, 99 HP, 1 defense is still a lot to go through. One might point out that I could have ended the battle a turn quicker with All or Nothing. However, All or Nothing doesn't add enough fundamentally for me to wear the badge and could potentially backfire because I'm using Power Bounce. The other badges I wore include Close Call, Mega Rush, Zap Tap, and Dodge Master. Close Call is essentially a free guard when it works, Mega Rush in case Mario's HP did hit 1, Zap Tap to alleviate the need to guard double and triple combos when they come up, and Dodge Master to lower the number of attempts I needed to do at this battle. Overall, this strategy is actually very reliable, assuming the player can perform his or her action commands correctly, and I actually got it first try. Kent C. Koopa is our other optional boss battle, and is also not a gimme fight. He can be easily defeated with the use of any sleep-inducing attack, as sleep is virtually guaranteed to work and will last for 4 turns on Kensei Koopa. This weakness is not explained in Kensei Koopa's tattle, but is instead one of the tidbits of advice Rust T can give to the player. Now, some of you might call me a hypocrite, as I've been using status ailments on previous bosses and will be using them for future boss fights. However, I think a good argument can be made for not using status ailments for this battle. Kensei Koopa can be beaten in a back and forth battle, and I wanted to showcase that it can be done even with Mario by himself. Yeah, in future fights, I will exploit weaknesses. However, any fight I exploit with a weakness, it's either because I need to, as in the case of Tubba's Heart, or the first Dantakai, or because the back and forth isn't challenging. Hey, I'm defeating Kensei Koopa without using Sleepy Stomp or Lullaby. If I can do that, any future boss battle or mini-boss battle that has less impressive stance than Kensei Koopa, I think should go down with their weakness if you ask me. Anyway, this battle comes down to math, as, well, I guess every battle in Paper Mario does. Kensei Koopa has 6 defense, so going in without D-down jump or D-down bound is basically suicide. Even flipped over, Kensei Koopa has 3 defense. His defense is only a 0 if you attack his tail, and he always gets back up every turn. As for the math, Mario with double power plus and all or nothing can do 10 damage per turn with D-down jump, and is able to end the fight after 7 attacks. Kensei Koopa can do 6 damage per turn after Defend Plus and double damage dodge. It should be evident that 25 HP isn't quite enough to last long enough, so I use 1 Smooch in this battle to make it the rest of the way. One could also use 2 Chill Outs to be able to make that 25 HP last the entire fight. Even if Kensei Koopa only does his 10 damage attack, if they are all guarded properly, Mario will only take 42 HP damage over the course of all 7 counter attacks. With all that said, join me for the depressingly cloudy world we'll enter in Chapter 6. See you next time.